Well, greetings, Earthlings. How the hell are you guys? So I wanted to do a quick review of Tomorrow World. Tomorrow World? I wanted to do a quick review on the Tomorrow War. So I watched this right when it came out. Pretty anticipated, I would say. What I did like about it, first off, let me say the trailer, because I'm a big trailer guy, as you guys know. And I did watch the trailer. I did a reaction video on that. One thing I did like about the trailer is they didn't reveal quote unquote aliens that they talk about. They talk about the aliens, but they don't reveal it. You know, there's some far away shots in the trailer that they reveal. So once you watch the movie, you spend probably about 45 minutes not seeing these creatures. And I thought that was pretty cool. It leaves it, to the anticipation of what it is. But let me tell you this. When you finally do see these fucking things, it will give you nightmares. Spoiler alert, when they first are in the staircase and they're trying to escape the building, and it gives you that shot of like zooming in to what they call the white spikes, which is the aliens, and they zoom in to the white spike. It's like a 90-second zoom in, and this thing's like drooling, and it's pretty terrifying. Those things are fucked up. Like, the one thing I did like about it is you always think to yourself, this whole alien genre might get played out, right? Like, is this getting too Fast and the Furious? Is there too many alien movies going on? You look at like The Quiet Place 2, which are great movies. I really enjoyed those. And then you look at like something like this, all these other different type of alien movies that aren't how we normally view aliens, as the sentient gray characters with the big eyes and the weird looking heads. That's kind of how we view it. You don't really, I think the last movie it might have been like The Fourth Kind, which came out like 10 years ago, I think. And that was like the last thing that we saw where it was like the traditional alien. And ever since then, we've kind of graduated to like these massive things. And I kind of dig it. Like, I don't know if it's played out. The Tomorrow War I enjoy because it's different. It's different than any other alien movie. And the only criticism I would probably say is it was very similar to, like, it had the feel of, I forget that movie with Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt. And it was something like The Day After Tomorrow or something, I think. I think so. I don't know. But it was like kind of the same thing. It even had tomorrow in it. So it's like, I think the name they could have came up with something a little bit better, because it really wasn't a Tomorrow War. It was supposed to be set like, they gave them like a 18-month warning. So maybe like 18-month war. I guess that doesn't have a good ring to it. The title, it's okay. Did build a lot of curiosity. So I actually enjoyed watching this movie going in blind and not knowing what the aliens were going to look like and not really knowing too much about the plot. Obviously we know humans travel back in time to grab other humans to fight this war, right? That's the whole idea behind it. And they figure out a way to time travel. And the way they did these wormholes, I thought was pretty cool. And the way they explained that concept, that was super interesting. Kind of like Contact, if you've seen that with Jodie Foster. But overall, I really enjoyed the whole premise and the plot and the story. Chris Pratt did a great job, of course. He's always a stud in these movies. But I enjoyed it. I think it's definitely worth the watch if you really like alien movies. It's a little terrifying. I will give it that. It got me a couple times where it's like I'm grabbing my knees and I'm like, oh, like what is he doing? What is he doing? Oh, don't go in there, Joey. So it was like that kind of old school feel of like, don't go in that room, or keep your voice down, like you're saying these things to yourself as it's happening. So I think it was pretty intense, and it was pretty long. It was almost, I think, 2.5, maybe 2 hours and 45 minutes, something like that. So it was a long run time. I think they probably could have cut it a little bit short. It was getting drawn out there for a bit, where it's like, all right, guys, holy shit, kill these things, But there's a lot of moving parts to it, and I really enjoyed that. It was very complex. They're trying to figure out a solution to actually take care of these things. So it wasn't like your normal alien invasion and that was it. There was a lot of moving parts to it. I won't give it away completely, but There's a couple twists in there that you don't really notice, and they spring this one big thing on you that is like pretty much the entire point of the whole movie. When Chris actually gets travel back in time and he gets surprised by somebody, he's like, yeah. It's definitely worth the watch, I think. It's pretty cool. Again, even if you're sitting at home, that's what I love about these things. What I like about streaming these things at home is if you have the setup like I do at home, where you just watch this thing with some fucking killer surround sound, you got some lights synced up, you got a big screen TV. This is pretty tight. It would be cool to see in theaters, but this is something that you can enjoy in your PJs on the couch, and it's definitely worth the watch. So, good job, Chris Pratt. I enjoyed it. Go give it a watch.